Edit. Hey, I'm live, by the way. Why am I not? Chill. What is going on? Is it live? Is it not live? Are we live? Back? What do you mean it's not gonna save? Bruh, I really dislike. Why does it say, oh my goodness? Deontay motherfucker. Bruh, if anybody's in the chat, let me know if we're live. Deontay Wilder wins. Christian Mbilli Canelo next. Hashtag boxing. Hashtag Deon. Wilder. Hashtag Christian Mbilli. All right, let's upload the thumbnail again and let's see if this works for the second time because I have no idea if I am live. I'm going to quit using Restream. I don't like Restream. Update all. Okay, are we good? It says it won't be saved. What the fuck do you mean it won't be saved? Bruh. You know what? Let's just see what it does. We'll edit it on YouTube if we're actually live. I don't know if we're live. I don't know if we're not. Okay, we're live. Remember you said Fury fought the most dangerous heavyweight today? Wait, who? Me? I ain't never said Wilder was the most dangerous heavyweight. You've never heard me say that, Ross Clyde. Let's put this right here. You have never. The only thing you've ever heard me say about Deontay Wilder is I don't believe in his mystical power. I think he's a hard hitter, but I don't think he's this hardest puncher ever. Numerous times I've said that. All right, at least we're live. So give me a second to fix this on YouTube because I don't know what is going on. Hold on. Trying to figure this out. I hate Restream. Let me say that again. I hate Restream. This is trash. Let's get Wilder up here in the background. Let's put me at the bottom. We're going to go here. What the hell? Okay. Whatever. Let me jump over here real fast. I'm trying to see what's going on. Let's mute myself. Let's go to edit. Now, this is where it's going to get annoying. And I've already said some cuss words, so it's not good. Maybe we won't monetize tonight. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Because what I do know is if you cuss at the beginning, sometimes YouTube gets mad. Even though this is not created for kids, and I say it's not for kids, they still get mad. Oh my goodness. My keyboard is trash. I need a new one. We're going to come to the chat in just 1 second. Everybody who's just now joining me, everybody who's listening, I assure you that we are going to start talking. However, I need to tag this video so at least some people can see it. Although, I don't know if anybody will see it because none of my videos got views tonight because YouTube has me blacklisted. Why do they have me blacklisted? I do not know. Maybe it's because of the videos that I watch. Who knows? But what I do know is they be on some bullshit. Yes, YouTube, you be on some bullshit. Hope you like that, YouTube. I don't like you. You don't like me. But either way, it is what it is. All right, hold on. We're almost done typing. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. Oh my fuck. Hold on, Ross Clyde. I'm gonna let you on the panel. I know you want to talk, but I can't see the chat at the moment. If you're just joining me, just bear with me 1 second while I get this shit typed up. So hopefully we could get some people in here. Prodigal, you're more than welcome to hop on the panel. You ain't been on the panel in a very long time. All right, let's do this. I don't know who Wilder's coach is. Some dude with I don't know if those were braids or dreads or what he had. Some dude. I don't know. I saw JD's putting ice on his back, but I have no idea. I did not see Malik Scott at all. So I don't know who Wilder's coach is. That's a good thing to Google. Let's do this. Um, let's see here. What else should we put? I don't even know. We'll just, you know what? I'm gonna say Canelo Alvarez, Christian Mbilli versus Canelo. I've been saying it for years now. Y'all know I have. Canelo, stop ducking Christian Mbilli. Yeah, let's Google that really fast. We're gonna Google it. Hold on. Who is Deontay Wilder's current trainer? You know, I feel like I'm living in another world too. Because I could have sworn I read an article about a year ago that said Shelly Finkel passed away. And that motherfucker was right there in the ring. I'm so confused right now. I could have sworn. I cannot find one article that says he passed away. But I could have sworn I read an article that he had passed away like a year ago. When is the Paul fight? Is it tomorrow night? I would assume that it's tomorrow night. That's why we got all this boxing tonight. I haven't been keeping up with Jake Paul. I don't really care about the Jake Paul Chavez fight. Chavez came up on the scale looking like he was stringed out on cocaine, looking around everywhere, looking like a zombie in the eyes. I don't really think Chavez has anything left, to be honest with you. And Jake Paul beat the guy that beat him in Anderson Silva. Like when Chavez loses to a guy like Anderson Silva, who hasn't really beat anybody in boxing, that tells me your career is over. So I don't even understand this fight. This is another Mike Tyson cash grab. Only, in my opinion, casuals think somebody like Chavez has a chance against Jake Paul. Just like they thought Mike Tyson had a chance against Jake Paul. And they had to like come up with all these conspiracy theories about how, oh, he was paid to lose. He was paid not to fight. Look, he could have threw this punch, but he was holding it. No, Mike Tyson was old. He was slow. At 58 years old, he wasn't physically able to let his punches go. His brain wasn't working fast enough. Just like Chavez is going to get beat up because he's seen his better days. I'm tired of seeing Jake Paul beat retired fighters. Fight an active dude. Now, I will admit this. I thought he beat Tommy Fury. I thought he was robbed in that fight. I thought he deserved the win. But irrelevant of that, he's only fought one young boxer, if you even consider Tommy Fury a boxer, because Tommy Fury is trash. So again, let's read this. Floyd Jr. versus Tevin Farmer. You talking about Schofield? By the way, hit that thumbs up. Help this channel grow. Hopefully, we'll get some more people on here as we talk because my videos didn't do shit. Either people aren't interested or yeah, YouTube just keeping me from getting views. Could be one of the such. I'm gonna message some people though. Hold on. Let me send out some messages real fast. Let me go to my subscriptions. Where are my subscribers? Yo. I'm gonna send this. Let me see if Ty will come through. Let's see if Ty will come through. Let me know how she feels. Let's see if Jab Queen Boxing will come through. What is this? Driver. Okay, whatever. I don't care. All right, let me jump back over to the chat. What's going on, Charles D? Hop on the panel if you can, if you want to. Did you see the fights tonight? First, I want to talk about before we get into Schofield. Yeah, I agree with you, Ross Clot. You always thought the wrong guy won. Fury. No, man, Fury got put on his ass. Tommy Fury got beat by Jake Paul. I don't care what nobody says. You're not going to tell me nothing different. But at the end of the day, this is the difference. Jake Paul is a YouTuber who wants to be a fighter. Tommy Fury is a reality star TV person that wants to be a fighter. So they both don't really, they're not pure as boxers, either one. Um, Nah, hell nah. I gotta agree with Ross Cloud. I gotta disagree with Charles. Floyd Schofield is going to beat the brakes off of Tevin Farmer. Just like you saw tonight with Mbilli. Everybody be like, oh, Mbilli's too slow. He's got too many muscles. He's got too many muscles. Well, damn it, the muscles won tonight. Deontay Wilder came in heavy at 225 tonight. That's heavy for him. And Billy got a first round knockout. And muscles are reigning supreme when it comes to Kid Austin versus Tevin Farmer. Y'all gonna see. We gonna start a movement. Muscles wins fights. That's what we gonna start saying. Muscle wins fights. And if Daniel Dubois beats Usyk in the upset, oh yeah, we running with muscle wins fights. We running with it. Let's see here. I would hop on, but I gotta. No, you good. You good, Prodigal. You don't have to hop on. You do not have to hop on. You are 1,000% okay. Yeah, hurting. So let's get into these fights real fast. Let's actually stop getting off topic and let's talk topics. So I did a video, I did a breakdown. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let me speak for me. Okay. I'm going to let me speak for me. And I'm going to play my video that I just dropped about Deontay Wilder. And after I talk for me in my own video that I'm going to play on my own live, on my own channel, then we're going to get into the Wilder fight. So here we go. With no further ado, let's just listen to me do a breakdown on my live from my video on my channel. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, you motherfucking commercial. You messed up my timer. Look at that. Even the commercials get me. Seventh round. Looking. Stop that fight. Put his back uh, like this. Break it down. Look at that. Pause that real fast. What y'all heard in the background was a commercial. Didn't want y'all to think that we were looking up Dick's when it said Dick's Sporting Goods. So I don't know what y'all heard, but you hear the 20% off of cooler. All right, now that y'all know ain't no weird stuff going on, I had to pin it. What a weird commercial to be playing. What a stupid name. There's no sound? What do you mean there's no sound? You cannot hear me talking? Don't tell me. Bruh, how long has there been no sound? Please don't tell me there's been no sound this entire time. For this whole live, was there no sound? Yo. Audio's been out for a couple of minutes. Could y'all hear me talking at first? How long has the audio been out? Okay. All right. So here's what I was doing. I'm going to recap what I was doing. Did y'all hear me say that I was going to play my own video? Did you hear me say I was going to play my own breakdown of the Wilder fight? Then we was going to get into the topics of tonight. Did y'all hear me say that? Did y'all hear the video playing? Where did y'all quit hearing me? Yep, no sound for like 2 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just replay this video after this video's done. Then we'll get into this Deontay Wilder. I pinned my channel up there. So if anybody wants to get on it, get on it. You said just 2 minutes ago. Well, the video is only 4 minutes long, so we'll just let it ride out. So here we go. One more time. If the sound goes out, please let me know. All right, here we go. Here's the breakdown of how I saw the Wilder fight from my video on my channel while we're doing my live. There we go. Can y'all hear it still? You said there's no sound again? Like right now, there's no sound. I see it moving when I'm talking. No sound. So nobody can hear me talking. What is going on? Yo, either y'all are fucking with me or there's really no sound. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is I will never do Restream again. This is my last live on Restream. The very last live I ever do on Restream. I will not do this bullshit again. No sound for the video. So every time I play the video, my mic goes out. That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, you can hear me now, but whenever I played the video of the breakdown of the fight, it didn't work, which is crazy work. Or y'all are bullshitting me. I don't know which it is, but you might be right. This could be the worst live stream you've ever seen. I don't know what Seeb means, but I'll accept it because we're having technical difficulties. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Restream is trash. J Will. All right, so this is basically what I said. Here's what I saw in the Wilder fight. I wanted me to speak for me, so I didn't have to speak, but it is whatever. Walmart stream site is crazy. I know, man. It's crazy, man. We in the slums right now. We in the slums with this ragged shit. We got tinfoil all over all the wires. Yeah, it's fine. Basically, what I said was this about Deontay Wilder. I thought it was a good tune-up. He didn't look his best, but I did see some good out of it. What I was saying is he actually fought behind his jab. We never really see Deontay Wilder fight behind his jab, but he was fighting behind his jab. He was also throwing the left hook. to the head and occasionally to the body. I wish he would have been doing more body work, especially with a guy that was moving as much as he did. But I like that he was using his jab. I like how he was cutting off the ring. And I do like in the clinch, he was using his weight to weigh down Herden. He was actually leaning on him like Fury did him, so he learned. And he got Herden's legs tired. Now, I will say this. Ross Clark, you dumb as fuck. Here's what I think the problem is. All right. Wilder has been stopped. All right. 3 times in the near past. And the near past has been 3 times. Fury twice. Zhang slept him. Okay. Now, Parker just beat him. But here's the deal. His confidence, you could tell, is not all the way there. All right. He is not being as assertive. You saw his confidence start to grow from like the 4th to 7th round where he got the stoppage, and I do agree with it because the referee was looking to stop it because every time they came together in the clinch, Herden was just like falling on the canvas. So he didn't want the fight no more. He was out of the fight. But the thing is Wilder was coming up short on his straight hand and was throwing wild because he lacked the confidence to actually step in and throw it. He was throwing it from too far away. But I think these are the types of fights that Wilder should have been fighting after he lost to Fury. He should have built himself back, got his confidence back, and these are the types of fights that it's going to take. But if this is the quality of opposition that he's going to fight, he needs to be fighting every 2 to 3 months. So he should be turning back around in 2 to 3 months from now, getting another fight. I understand that. I got you, Jay Will. I know who he's been in the ring with. I know who has beat him. But what you have to understand is Torres is young and undefeated. So he takes risk. He goes in there. There's no thinking about it. There's no docileness. Whereas Wilder was just slept. So you got to get your confidence back. And if you don't have your confidence, you won't assert all of your power. You won't put your all into a punch. And this is why I'm saying that until Wilder feels like he can kill you with the right hand again, he doesn't need to be fighting nobody on an upper echelon level. The Herdens is where he needs to be. And if this is the level he's going to fight at, he needs to fight every 2 to 3 months, in my opinion. He needs to be active. He needs to get his timing back. And he most importantly needs to get his confidence back. If he can do that, maybe he can move up and compete against the top fighters. I don't know. It's yet to be seen. But on the flip side of the coin, I will say this. When he starts to step up in competition, he needs to get bigger men. These guys that he's outweighing that should be cruiserweights are not going to help him because every fighter at the top that he's going to fight is going to be at least 240 or above outside of Usyk. And even Usyk's going to come in around mid-230s. So he needs to fight guys heavier than him on the skill level of Herden. That's what he needs to do as he steps up, and he needs to fight often. This year is almost over. He needs to get in at least another 2 fights before this year is up because in October, he's going to be 40 years old. So he's knocking on the door of 40. So he needs to get acclimated and active, hitting the ground running. Now, the explosiveness and the speed was not in this fight for Deontay Wilder, but you have to understand explosiveness and speed comes with confidence, comes with timing, and he was lacking that. So again, he needs to knock over a couple of cans, get them confidence back, get your legs underneath you, get your timing back, get your speed back, get your reaction time back, and then start to go against top-tier guys. As far as him fighting Anthony Joshua, if they were to fight today, I think Anthony Joshua beats him. Only because his timing's too off. He comes up too short or misses too wide. And Anthony Joshua is good enough to take full advantage of that. He'll slip and counter, kind of like he did Charles Martin, and probably get him out of there. So that's not a fight he should be looking for this year. If he can get another 2 fights in this year, maybe a 3rd fight in February of next year, January, February of next year, then go for AJ in that 4th comeback fight. That's if AJ's not retired. Because I always said AJ was 1 fight away from retirement, and he finally lost. And now it looks like he's retired. Because he ain't had no talks about no other fights, no plans for no other fights, The only fight that we've even heard Eddie mention is against a retired fighter in Tyson Fury who said he's not coming back. So that's that. Now, let me read some comments and then we'll keep talking. Facts. I appreciate you agreeing. Wilder should fight Pulev. I think Pulev's a step too much right now, in all honesty. What a matter if Ngannou can beat Wilder now? So what? Gosh, damn. I kept hearing AJ next. That's definitely a no. AJ's retired. AJ's done. He's made enough money. I don't think he's coming back. He's not trying to end up looking like Yamcha again. Pulev, Jagba, Zhang. No. Prodigal. Again, I think all those fights, he does not need to get in there with. None of them names. If it's a known name, he needs to stay away. Right now, he needs to fight the Herdens of the world. That's what he needs to fight for the next 2 to 3 fights. He needs to fight these guys and slowly move up. Now, 3 to 4 fights from now, then we could talk about a Pulev and a Jagba, a rematch with Zhang. But not right now. He needs to get them confidence back. Wilder was always a hype job. It is what it is. I mean, here's what I will say, Ross Clott. I think his power was always overhyped. I think he built his resume off of a lot of weak competition. I also believe the Fury fights took a lot out of him. And I believe he had too many yes men around him to really hone in on his skills. I believe he was digressing as his career went forward instead of progressing. I think he was ruined by his fans who were delusional cult members and his training staff to not hone him in. Wilder had a lot of attributes that would have made him great had he really practiced on the sweet science, because he had speed. There's no doubt. Wilder was the fastest heavyweight in all of boxing. I don't care what nobody says. That dude could come across the ring like he was running a 40-yard dash sprint. Super fast when he would let that right hand go when he had all the confidence in the world. But right now, I don't know. Chisora, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Chisora beats Wilder. I think he beats Anthony Joshua. I think there's a lot of fighters that Chisora can still beat. Let's see here. Wilder is done. Who cares if he beats any? I don't want Wilder to be done. Look, despite all of Wilder's flaws, despite what Wilder says and many things that I disagree with about Wilder, I still want to see Wilder do good. I still would like to see him come back to the top. I would love to see Wilder win another title before he retires. I would love to see it. Why? Because that's our best. That's our last best fighter. I know we got Richard Torres now, who's coming up. But really, truthfully, if you look at it, Deontay Wilder was the last best U.S. heavyweight fighter. I mean, Big Baby is. Both big babies are no good. You got one who keeps getting popped on juice. You got the other one who was trash to begin with. Outside of that, we got Torres on the come up. We'll see how good he does. But Wilder was the most achieved. So, again, I don't per se do tribalism when it comes to boxing. I like fighters for who they are. But I would like to see Deontay Wilder do good. I would like to see Deontay Wilder be like a phoenix and rise from the flames and be born again. So we'll see if he can do that, but he needs to be fucking active. He cannot take a year off. He cannot take it 2 years off or go in between with a year and a half off before his next fight. He needs to consistently fight. Even if it's taking a paycheck cut, who cares? Take a pay cut, make some decent money, and just fight because you need to. If you're ever going to get back to the top, if you're ever going to get in contention, you've got to just fight. Is Zhang considered a gatekeeper right now? I don't know. Because Zhilei Zhang's got a lot of power early in the fight. It's just that, in my opinion, Adji Caballel's the best fighter out there, Prodigal. I've been saying, I think Adji Caballel could beat Usyk. And Usyk's never going to fight him. He's going to fight Triple D and retire. Usyk, my problem with Usyk is, all of his fights are rematches. We've literally seen him go to the heavyweight division and fight rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch. He didn't need to fight Triple D. He already made him quit in the ring. Fight another top tier heavyweight. Shit, I wouldn't even be mad if he fought Zilly Zhang. At least it's a new name. I wouldn't be mad if he would have fought Deontay Wilder. I don't care what condition Wilder's in. At least it's a new name. Or if you really want to test your luck, go fight Edgy Caballero, the best guy in boxing right now, in my opinion, at the heavyweight division. Go fight him. See how you do. But I'm tired of seeing Usyk have rinse and repeat fights, and then people try to consider him one of the greatest heavyweights ever when he ain't fought nobody. He ain't built his resume. It's just rematches of people he already beat. That's my problem with Usyk at heavyweight. Zhang is a bum. I disagree. I think Zhang is decent, especially early Delhi. So, Tony, it sounds like you think Wilder can go on a 40-plus. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is if Deontay Wilder could get 2 to 3 fights more this year, or just say 2 more fights this year and one in the beginning of next year, he will just be 40. He will be a fresh 40 years old because he turns 40 in October, right? And then of March of next year, have him fight a contender. And then by the end of next year, December-ish, have him fight for a world title if he can beat that top contender. That would be the way that I would go with him. And then he would be 40 years old. Well, 41 years old. He would just be 41 years old. So not too deep into 40 to be done. The thing about Wilder and his grace is he stayed in phenomenal shape. He's never been out of shape. He's never really fluctuated in weight, even though we've seen him 230 heavy. But still, he's only lost about 15 pounds to go back down to 215, and now he's 225. So he's always been basically physically in the same shape, which leads to longevity. So outside of like a few fights, he really hasn't taken a lot of damage until the latter part of his career. Most of his fights, if you go through all of them, pretty much was domination by him with very little damage taken. Wilder versus John Jones, that had never happened. John Jones would lose in boxing. And in the cage, I don't think Wilder could beat John Jones. Usyk said he's going to fight Chisora after he fights. Get the fuck out of here. You cannot be serious. Did he really say that, or are you trolling me? Edgy Caballero hurts Wilder at this point. Yeah, I don't think Wilder's ready for Edgy Caballero at this point. His timing's too far off. Yeah, Fury fights ruin both of them. Could be. The Wilder hop, skip, punch. Yeah, that's what I did in my breakdown video. Chisora beats Jagba. You know what? I agree with you, Rascal. I really do. I'm trying to get through these comments. I do agree with you. I think Derek Chisora could beat a Jagba. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Rascal. On some miracle, if Triple D beats Usyk and there's not a rubber match, a trilogy, I think Chisora could beat Triple D, to be honest with you. I say if Triple D wins, let Chisora fight him for his last fight. And that'll be his last opportunity to get a title. It'd be a great comeback story. Wilder versus winner of the battle of the Big Babbles. I don't know who that is. Big Babies, is that what you meant? Same here. I like to see Wilder come back to success. Wilder fired Malik Scott, but kept Malik's assistant. Wilder fired Breland, but kept JD's. I agree. I really do. Wilder versus Guido. No, do not fight Guido next. Guido has a lot of power. There's a potential that Guido can knock Wilder out with his timing being off this bad. If he wants to fight Guido, do it in the third fight from now. So have one more fight and do it in his third comeback fight. But I think, like I said, I think a fighter like Guido is even too far for where he's at right now. Wilder versus Gerald Miller. No, I don't want to see that. Gerald Miller brings... I'm telling y'all, stop saying who Wilder should fight, okay? I'm going to quit responding to it because he doesn't need to fight any named fighter. The Hurdens that nobody knows is who he needs to fight right now. He does not have his confidence. He does not have his timing. He does not have his speed. Let him get that back. Then he can fight these named fighters that y'all keep naming. Bakoli versus Zhang and China that would be a good fight. That would be a really good fight. Those two have old beef. Tribalism is justified when it's Latinos doing it or Europeans, but here black people do it. It's tribalism. You know, Rascalat, that would be for another show. But I hear you. But I'm saying, me personally, I don't go with tribalism. I don't go with countrymen. I don't go with races. I go with individual fighters that I like. Like case in point, I think Mbilli will beat the shit out of Canelo, which is going to be the next topic. McCauley is hot garbage. Well, he's looked like hot garbage in his last two fights. We'll say that. Tony fans get mad when I say that about Usyk. He's the recycling king. Yo, I should change my recycling bin on my desktop to Usyk's face. Because you're right. He is the recycling king. He just chops and screws and remixes. I'm kidding about Chisora. I knew you was going to bring his opponents up. No, Chisora is a good fighter. I'm not kidding about Chisora. I think Chisora could potentially... Look, I think Chisora could potentially upset a lot of these fighters. Tony, AJ, and Fury were the two best guys at heavyweight. You can't take that away. He beat Chisora and Triple D as well. Triple D suspiciously got out of the Parker fight, allowing... Yeah, because Parker would have beat Triple D. That's just the bottom line. And Usyk didn't want to fight Joseph Parker. You know why? Because it's the same fucking thing. Every guy Usyk has fought as heavyweight fights the same way. They're all come forward fighters. Even Tyson Fury. This isn't the old Tyson Fury that was fleet of foot that moved around a ring. This was a Tyson Fury who plots forward, who was looking for knockouts. Tyson Fury's legs are gone because the dude is like Chisora. They're both probably 59 years old, to be honest with you. There's no 30-something-year-old that looks like Tyson Fury. He is not in his 30s. That man is at least 62 years old at this point. So I don't believe how old he is. Let me see. Yeah, I gave Chris beating Triple D as well. Yeah, my bad. I meant big babies. I know, I got you. Wilder needs 3 or 4 nobodies, period. I said 2 to 3, so we're pretty close in what we think, Ross Clyde. What about dropping the Bridger? No, man, that's a fake division. When's the last time we seen a Bridgerweight fight? Is that even still a thing? The champion of Bridgerweight, he quit fighting. I don't even know what happened to him. He just was there and then gone. Let's see here. I agree, Tony. Parker versus Usyk was the fight that I wanted to see. Exactly. Have you noticed that Usyk has stayed away from all pure boxers? So like a Joseph Parker, like an Adrian Caballero, he's not fought any purist boxers. Every fighter he's fought, from Witherspoon to Chisora to AJ to Triple D to Fury, are all come forth fighters at the time that he fought them. And he almost lost to Chisora. He went life or death with Chisora. And that's just the fact of the matter. So, there's only 2 champs. My thing is this, okay? Here's how I look at this shit about the 2 champs. When it comes to the heavyweight division, it doesn't matter what belt Triple D holds, because Usyk should have never been stripped, and Triple D quit in the ring against Usyk. Usyk's already been undisputed. Once you're undisputed, the belts don't matter no more. You could drop every single heavyweight title or any weight class that you fight in. Once you become undisputed, you could drop all the belts. The belts don't matter no more. You're the best. He said, so Fury is really from Cuba and is like, yes, that motherfucker is really from Cuba. The WBC champ moved back up to heavyweight. Who's the WBC champ? That would be a good fight now. Prodigal. Yes, that would be a good fight. Wilder versus Tony Yoka. That's the type of fight that he needs to fight next. That's actually not a bad fight for Deontay Wilder. Let me see. Mbilli versus Charlo or Benavidez is the fight to make. Well, first off, Yoda, he couldn't fight Benavidez because Benavidez is at 175 and Mbilli would have to move up. I don't think he wants to move up. I don't think he should move up. As far as Charlo goes, I mean, it's a decent fight, but no, we're not going to say that. We're not going to put in the ether that Mbilli needs to fight anybody but Canelo. Canelo needs to quit ducking the number 1 fighter at super middleweight. which is Mbilli. Mbilli is number one. That is who Canelo needs to fight. Canelo needs to quit fighting all these non-competitive fights and actually fight somebody. It's been a long time. I'm tired of seeing him fight shit fighters like Berlanga. Jaime Munguia is trash. That dude got knocked out by an electrician, a part-time fighter, and they got caught on some shit in the next fight to get the win. And that win wasn't even taken away from him. That's crazy. He still holds that win. In fact, we're going to research it right now. Let me not give out misinformation. Jaime Munguia, does he still have the win? Yes. BoxRec did not reverse the fucking win. He still has the win. Jaime Munguia should be disqualified with a loss. If they're going to take Ryan Garcia's loss away from Devin Haney, then why the fuck can't the electrician get his loss taken away too? Politics of boxing is bullshit. He popped hot, A and B sample. He should not have a win over that electrician who was undefeated. I disagree with you. Once you become undisputed, you need to defend it. No, I don't agree with that at all, Ross Clot. Let me explain. Mirage, we don't agree on a lot. So click the link, hop on the panel, and we can converse instead of you typing. Now, with what I was saying, I disagree with you, Ross Clot. Once you become undisputed, most people who become undisputed already have defended their title. Why? Because most undisputed matches are unifications. You'll have one champion with one belt and another champion normally with 3 belts. Or one will have 2, the other will have 2. Or you'll have one champion who goes to each champion and beats the other 3 champions. So you've already defended your title by the time you're undisputed. There's no need to defend undisputed. What there is a need to do is defend your wins and losses. So what I mean by that is this. When you become the man, drop all the belts. Fuck the sanctioning fees. You've already proven you're number one. Why are you defending titles that you don't need to defend? Just keep fighting the number 1 ranked, number 2 ranked, number 3 ranked fighter. Keep fighting the best fighters out there. But me, I'm not paying sanctioning fees. Once I collect all the belts, I'm dropping them. I'm the best guy. Everybody knows I'm the best guy. I'm the true king. Come see me. All right, let's start getting back. Canelo won't fight Mbilli ever. I agree with you, Mirage, but hop on the panel. Too much risk. Forget it. Lorena is the WBC Bridgerweight champ. I didn't even know that protocol. I haven't kept up with any Bridgerweight matches. If Mbilli didn't have muscles, you wouldn't care. That's a lie. But if he didn't have muscles, you wouldn't talk shit about him. So there's that. All right, BoxRec is wrong. The fight was overturned, bro. BoxRec ain't. Okay, really? Was it? Well, that's good then. The background isn't the move. What do you mean the background isn't the move? I don't even understand what that means. Through history, brother, undisputed, defended it, bro. I don't care. Like, let me give you an example, Ross Clot. Let me give you an example right now. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was never undisputed. Neither was Manny Pacquiao. But you know what? When they fought, they were the ones to beat. It didn't matter if they were carrying a belt. It didn't matter if they had a belt. They were the best guy in the division. Nobody else was better than them. Belts did not matter. Once you become undisputed, belts don't matter no more. You've conquered the division. You are the king. Come see the king. Fuck the sanctioning fees. That's just my opinion. It will never change. You're defending your record every time you fight. Why do you need the belts? No, I'm not saying you should retire. I'm saying that everybody who wants to be number one has to come see you, and belts don't matter. All right, we got Ross Clyde in the building.
What's up, Tony? Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Chilling. I'm just chilling.
All right, so what you want to talk about? You want to talk about undisputed titles? You want to talk about Deontay Wilder, or you want to talk about Mbilli?
Real quick, I understand exactly what you're saying about undisputed. However, throughout history, You defend your titles. That's just how it works. You don't become the champion and be like, okay, I got all the belts. It's time to retire. No, you continue fighting. If you continue fighting, forget the sanction fees. Forget the opinions on sanction fees and bodies and all that. I'm talking strictly the sport of boxing, nothing else. You become the undisputed champion, you defend that. That is one of the reasons why Terence Crawford gets criticized. He's never defended his undisputed at 140 or 147. Even Usyk, he defended his undisputed one time at cruiserweight, but at least he did it once.
But let me ask you this, Ross Clark. What does it matter if you defend undisputed or not if you're still beating all the... No, listen to me. Listen to me. Let me finish my question. If you, let's just say in a hypothetical world, you become undisputed, you drop all the belts, you remain at that weight class, and you're still fighting all the top fighters. What does it matter then?
Don't drop the belts.
Why keep the belts?
You're giving me a hypothetical.
No, but okay. Look at Terence Crawford. If you want to use him as an example.
Okay.
He became undisputed in one weight class, dropped all the belts, moved up to the next weight class, and became undisputed again. Along the way to undisputed at 147, he beat the best fighters there.
Okay.
So I don't understand. If you knocked off all the guys along the way, what more is there to prove?
You fight who else is there now? The rest of the top 10.
But there was nobody else there.
No, there's fighters there. I'm not talking about big names. I'm talking about the fighters that's there. Let's not confuse names with fighters.
But my point is this.
You get it?
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is he already had beat a lot of the top 10 fighters on his way up there. He beat Mean Machine. He beat Avanesian, regardless of what people want to say. Avanesian was a top 10 fighter when he beat him. He beat Sean Porter. He beat Jeff Horn. Like all the guys that he beat were maybe not huge name fighters, so they weren't name fighters, but they were all top 10 fighters. He cleared out the division on the way to Errol Spence. Once he beat Errol Spence, he beat everybody. So my point is this.
So he left.
Yeah, he left and went up to fight for another title.
Right. And what did he do? Right. So he left to fight for another title. His goal was to fight 154 and try to become undisputed there. Realize he can't do it. That's why he's fighting Canelo.
I don't disagree with that.
So he can't do it. He's too old. It's too old.
He could have never. No, listen to me. It ain't even about age. The fact of the matter is, I understand
what you're saying.
The fact of the matter with TC is he is a 3-division champion. That is what he is. That is where his greatness stops. In the 4th weight class, he can't do it. He cannot run the gauntlet because he will. I don't care if he was still young. He is going to lose at 154 if he continues to fight.
I know. That's my whole point.
I know. I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is it's not because he's old. He could have been 29 years old and he still ain't running through 154.
No, I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's just too old for it, period. Now, I'm not saying he was going to win or lose if he was young. I'm saying he's just too old to go through the gauntlet, is what I'm saying.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is I don't believe he could have ever went through the gauntlet.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I don't know because he didn't do it. He wasn't there when he was young. I know exactly what you mean. I'm just saying in general, he's too old to go through the trenches. By the time he gets, let's say, past hypothetically Boachuk, he'll be almost 40 fighting Ortiz.
Well, he wouldn't have to fight Ortiz because Ortiz doesn't even have a title.
Whoever.
But like he would have to go through like a Fundora or Bergeron, the dude who knocked out Tim Tszyu. Like that dude right there, I think he sleeps TC. I don't think Crawford lasts.
I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, he saw Bergeron and he was like, he wanted Tim Tszyu. He wanted that Tim Tszyu fight, but he didn't want to fight the guy that knocked him out.
Right. Hey, listen, I don't know. All I know is after the Madrimal fight, in my opinion, he said, nope, I'm not doing this.
And in my opinion, Israel's not a good fighter. In the pros, he's not a good professional fighter.
He's okay. He just, Terence Crawford, listen, Father Time defeats everyone, even in a winning fight. And I could tell every bit of 30-something years old when I watched Madrimal fight.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, but I don't really agree. I don't think age had anything to do with it. I think it's just he can't compete in this 4th weight class. He's greatness.
It could be that too. Yeah.
I just like, that's why I always say he's a 3-division champion. That's where it stops. Technically, he's a 4-division champion because he beat Israel Masvidal. But here's the thing: Virgil Ortiz, who's never fought for a title, who's never beat a champion, went in there and sunned him. He beat Israel Masvidal easily. Right. TC, in my opinion, didn't even win the fight. I thought it was a draw. Right. I didn't think either guy won. I thought they both won 6 rounds. And that's just how I saw it. But Virgil Ortiz blatantly beat the brakes off that dude.
Right, but it's a style thing, and you could be right. Maybe he can't fight in the 4th weight class, but to me, that's a style thing. I mean, Boachuk beat the shit out of Ortiz.
Yeah, but he was robbed.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he beat the shit out of him, and then he turns around and beat Madrimov. It's not that don't really tell me that he could beat Terence Crawford.
Yeah, but Masvidal ducked Boachuk.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So, he didn't want to get in the ring with that guy. And I have all ideas that Israel probably would have got knocked out if he would have fought him. As bad as Virgil beat him, I think Boachuk would have just knocked him out.
Yeah, I got Boachuk. Yeah, for sure.
And that's just Mirage. Why you ducking? Why you ducking jumping on the panel? You could argue with me everywhere else, but you can't hop on.
As far as Wilder, though, I 100% agree. I don't have a problem with him fighting tune-ups. I think he should fight 2 more times this year.
I agree.
Yeah. 2 more times, just like that. And I don't want it to be 2-3 rounds, just like tonight. They need to go 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds. He needs to get rounds in. He needs rounds.
Well, the problem with Wilder is, as he gets more acclimated, as he gets his timing back, as he gets his speed back, reaction time back, it's hard to go rounds if he's fighting guys who aren't the best of the competition, if he can just knock them out with one punch.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm saying he's going to fight survivors, so I think they are going to go rounds.
They might. You might be right.
He's going to fight survivors because no one wants to get knocked out by a washed-up Wilder. This guy tried to survive, and he got caught. I thought it was a bad stoppage.
No, I agree with the stoppage. I agreed with it because the thing about Herden was this. He kept kneeling on the canvas. Like every time they came together in the clinch, he started just going to the canvas repeatedly. Yeah. And then you could see the referee was getting ready to stop it because every time Wilder would hit him, he had his back towards Herden. He was ready to step in between Wilder. You could see and my thing is, when a guy just repeatedly keeps kneeling on the canvas, he's done. Yeah. He don't want to fight no more.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they stopped it. Get your ass off the table. That's why they stopped it.
You talking to a cat?
Yep.
I already knew. I got a cat too. I know cat talk.
Mm-hmm. It ain't nothing on this table for him to eat. Nothing at all. He's still jumping on the table.
Look, man, I'm gonna say this right now. Side topic, sidebar. Cats are better than dogs, in my opinion.
I got a dog too.
I like cats better.
Do you?
Yeah, man.
They cool, man. But my dog be chilling.
See, my thing about dogs is this, right? Dogs are cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't have nothing against dogs, but in my opinion, dogs are dumb and dogs love anybody. All you got to do is feed a dog, rub its belly, and it'll be your best friend. It don't matter who you are. A cat, you can raise a cat from a kitten to a full-grown adult cat. You could feed it every day. You could try to pet it. It's either going to like you or it's not. There's nothing you can do to make a cat like you.
No, that's true. Hey, I hear you, man. But for me, I like dogs better because they can feel emotions.
I mean, cats feel emotions too. They just don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't. Like this cat just walking around here, tripping.
Wait, I'm gonna say something controversial. If you can be good with a cat, you can be good with women because they kind of act the same.
I know,
huh? What's going on, Mirage? Welcome to the panel.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
What's this restream? Is this different than StreamYard? What's this bullshit?
It is just that. It's bullshit. It's trash. I will not use it again.
Yeah, you're talking about Wilder when he gets his timing back and speed. Wilder's fucking done, man. You haven't noticed that? That shit's not coming back. He needs to fucking retire.
Yeah, you probably right, but that's not the discussion. The discussion is we got to wait and see how many fights he have in order to find out if he's really done. We don't know.
No. It's obvious he's done. He got he got destroyed in his previous fights.
Yeah,
He looked like trash against a bum. He was rabbit punching him, holding him, and he still couldn't even get off punches cleanly. Couldn't
Yeah, but
even
you
knock
gotta
him down
understand something,
properly.
Rod.
The
So
fucking this guy's a bum. He wasn't even throwing back, and he still looked like trash.
yeah.
This
yeah,
was supposed to be a
but
showcase fight.
Let's see what he
we
looked like in his next fight.
we already
Oh,
said
okay.
he didn't look the
Maybe
best,
you'll catch
Mirage.
on in a couple of years, but this guy's done.
Here's the thing, though, Mirage. Here's what you gotta understand. We all said that he did not look the best. His timing was off. His speed was off. His
No, he
reaction
looked
time was
like
off.
shit.
But I
The
understand
best.
that. But what
Looked
you
like
have to
shit.
understand is he's been out of the ring for a year, another long layoff. And
A
then what
year. I
you
mean,
also have to understand
that's
is,
nothing. That's
yes,
like
he got laid out by Zilly Zane. Yes, he got beat by Joseph Parker.
he looked like
However,
dog shit then.
I hear you, but what I'm trying to tell you, Mirage, is when he lost to Tyson Fury the third time and got slept, he should have been fighting these types of fights before he got in there with a Parker, before he got in there with a Zilly Zane, because he never got his confidence back. He never got his legs back underneath him. He
That
never
would have
had that
helped. So this fight
opportunity.
you saw, this performance, this would have helped. This trash
Yes,
you saw today.
fighting these types of fighters and being more
I'm,
active would have helped him.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not. Well, me or Tony, we're not here to criticize any of that. We want to see what's next.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know
give a
why
shit how
why
bad
is
he
he even
looks.
fighting? Isn't he loaded? Like he got so much money from the. Why is he even? Isn't he 38 years old? I don't understand why he's fighting.
He's 39.
Yeah, and he's got lots of money. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, some people just like to fight.
Manny Pacquiao's coming back. He
Yeah,
looked like shit training.
I think he needs money. Didn't he say he's spent all his money on campaigns for politics?
No,
Didn't he
that's
say it
not.
in an
He
interview?
got money. He got money. They just don't want to stop fighting.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a joke as well. It's probably gonna look like shit.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao looked like shit training.
Yeah,
I
that's like
still
a
got him
circus
beating
fight.
Mario Barrios. I still got him whooping Mario Barrios because Mario
I hope
Barrios is
so.
trash.
I hope so. Mario Barrios is trash, hot garbage.
But I'm gonna tell you what's
Yeah,
gonna
but
happen after he beats him. Don't be surprised if Devin Haney jumps on him immediately.
Of course, of course. And then Devin Haney's gonna run and hold, of course,
Yep.
and
Because
win the division.
Pacquiao can't beat Haney at this age. He can't
He's
beat him
too
because he won't be
small,
able to catch him.
and he's too small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
old and small.
this will just be a good way for Haney to pad his record against Manny because that's going to be the next fight.
I got what you call it, beating the shit out of Devin Haney though.
Who, Norman?
Norman.
Nah.
I got
he's not going to beat the shit out of him because the fight's not happening.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen because Haney's
Yeah,
don't want to fight that fight.
yeah, that was always cap. I mean, I didn't believe that.
Yep, it's all cap. He will fuck Haney up.
Sick of hearing these dads going at it, man. They fucking put out more action and smoke than the fighters.
Well, it's because a lot of these dads are living vicariously through their sons.
Yeah.
They always wanted to be fighters, but they weren't.
What the fuck's Bill Haney's on every fucking panel, man? Talking
Brian
shit
Norman
on.
used to fight. He was a pro.
Yeah, him
I
as
just
well.
I don't have any faith in Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman could have fought Boots Ennis and he priced himself out of a fight after Eddie Hearn increased the price of the fight 3 times. He said, "I know my worth," and then he goes to fight for allegedly $50,000. Like that dude don't want to fight nobody. And then I don't even think the Jin Sasaki win. That don't mean shit to me. Sasaki already been knocked out by Hiroka. Like, are we serious?
You're right. You're right about that. But that left hook is still dangerous in a weak ass division.
Yeah, but I don't think Brian Norman's good enough to cut off the ring. I don't think he's good. If Devin Haney fights Norman like he fought Ramirez, it's an easy night.
No, he'll lose. They're not going to give him the decision again.
Well, Brian's got to be able to hit him.
He will.
I don't think he's good.
Trust me. Trust me. I got Norman fucking him up.
I live in this man's
That's why
city.
they're not fighting him.
Ross Clark, I live in his city. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm telling you that dude is fucking
Tony,
trash.
I understand everything you're saying, but his dad, they don't want to fight him. They're not going to fight him.
Let's Google it. Haney versus Norman.
They're not going to fight him for those reasons. Haney knows his son is going to get fucked up.
I'm trying to see.
Fans are overrating Devin Haney's boxing skills.
I think Devin, if he fights on the back foot, it's going to be very hard for Norman to hit him.
If he fights off the back foot or if he runs off the back foot, which one?
I mean, it's synonymous. It doesn't matter. I just don't think Norman can cut off the ring.
He's not going to get the decision. I don't think he's going to get the decision this time.
I think Haney has always gotten the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, well, we'll see with Turkey. He wasn't fighting Lomachenko with Turkey. That was somebody else who gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it was Bob Arum. And in my opinion, it's just like how Bob Arum did Manny Pacquiao against Timothy Bradley in the first fight. Like it just, I can't look. This is all alleged. I'm not saying that this actually happens, but I'm just saying it's very odd to me how when Top Rank has young fighters fighting their premier older fighters, the older fighters always lose when they win.
Yeah, that's Top Rank for you.
It's just real weird how the up and comer always gets the decision in a fight they should lose.
Gotta protect the investment.
And you know what? He fucked up on that investment because what did Haney do? Left immediately.
Yes, he did.
Bob thought, okay, we let him win. We gonna keep him. Nope.
Yep, he left. That was fucked up. Pacquiao beat him 3 times to me.
Oh, Bradley? Yeah, he beat him all 3 times, without a doubt.
Yep.
Both of them say, Jay Will and Charles D say he could cut off the ring. Good feet. We're going to see what Happy Feet does. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
I just think everyone is overrating Devin Haney's boxing skills. I think people are confusing fighting off the back foot and running. I talk about it all the time.
I just think Devin's going to be very hard to beat for anybody who's not taller than him fighting the way he fought Ramirez. The thing about Devin Haney is this. I've said it a million times. He was born with bunny paws. He has no power. He never belonged in the pocket like he used to trade in the pocket. He got away with that fighting smaller dudes. But the first time he fought somebody his size, he got beat the fuck up, and that was Ryan Garcia. That's when it caught up with him. You can get away with trading in the pocket with a Lomachenko when you outweigh him by 25 pounds by fight night. You can get away with trading with little-ass Regis Prograde when you outweigh him by 15 pounds come fight night. You can get away with trading with little-ass George Kambosos when, again, you outweigh him by 25 pounds. But when you're fighting somebody who's the same weight as you or maybe a little bit bigger than you and hits hard and you don't, you cannot trade in the pocket. And it caught up with him. I think he's a very good boxer, but I don't think he can fight in the pocket.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't like to use Ryan Garcia as that example, though. But I hear you, though.
Hey, y'all chop it up. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's where y'all start talking to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the panel going. I'll be right back.
Again, once again, I took over Tony's show as per usual. Earlier, he was having difficulties with this, whatever this restream crap. I don't know what this is, but you need to get you a whole new setup because this restream is bullshit. Bootleg. This is Facebook market streaming. Here at the MOBC, we stream straight off the iPhone. No streaming, no StreamYard, no nothing. Straight off the cell phone.
Yeah, it's some fucking dog shit. Hey,
49-0 in debates. I done defeated everyone who debated me. European boxing fanboys, you name it.
How many times did you defeat Tony? How many times did you defeat Tony?
Every time. He can't defeat Tony is a sometimey. He'll talk. He'll give praise to Usyk one day and then tell you how sorry Usyk is the second day. That's what Tony do. I keep it down the middle. I keep it fair and square. I don't give a shit about any of these boxers, race, color, gender, their sexuality, none of that shit. I keep it straight down the middle. Whoever I feel like is a bum, they a bum. I don't give a fuck about what anybody be saying. Like all that Devin Haney is a great boxer and the hardest puncher is 'Tank Davis. I don't run with none of that bullshit. I keep my shit fair. Straight up. Go ahead, talk. I ain't got nothing to say except for Wilder need like 3 more tune-ups.
Yeah, did you guys check out the press conference today, Canelo Crawford?
Nah, I'm not. You can talk about it. I'm not
It
interested.
was actually it was decent. Crawford was fucking talking some good shit,
Yeah.
talking about stomping a mud hole in fucking Canelo. So
I don't even know if Crawford's gonna win that fight, man. I'll be honest with you.
I think Crawford can outbox him. People
Yeah,
are underestimating, and he
yeah,
looks big as fuck. He's looking big as fuck
yeah,
in the legs, thick.
yeah.
Like he's looking big, man.
He got snacked, Mirage. He got
He's
snacked.
looking, yeah,
He got snacked. You see how Devin Haney's legs be looking with
yeah,
snacks?
yeah. Looks like a fucking power lifter,
Right.
man.
It's a snack. Snack is working wonders for these boxers. Straight up. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean Canelo's got a wide back, thick ass
Yeah.
back and that, but man, Crawford's still, he's going to be pretty big in the ring.
I don't usually like, sometimes fans piss me off, right? And like Canelo fans are like overboard. I mean, I thought Crawford fans was, but I
No,
think
Canelo fans are the worst, man.
huh?
Canelo fans are the fucking worst.
Starting to see that. Like, I'm like, you guys are fucking sounding crazy. Like he didn't duck Benavidez. It's like he didn't duck Benavidez and he
Yeah,
took, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking
it's
about?
literally the most blatant duck ever, and they're
Yeah,
still
it's like,
denying it even happened.
right. I'm like,
Get the
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
out.
That's like for me, I always say this. And I always stick to it. Benavidez set the tone for Canelo to become undisputed when he lost his title. Whatever.
He opened up the door. He opened up the door. Yeah, for sure.
However, right.
Mhm.
However, he brought himself back up to the point where fans is like, oh shit, we want to see Benavidez fight. And then it's like, oh, he brings 190 pounds to the fight. Oh, I don't fight Mexicans. And then you fight Munguia, who brought 190 pounds to the
Dude,
fight.
I
And
was saying 3 years ago, man, Canelo's not going to get in the ring with this motherfucker. I just knew. I've
yeah,
been telling every
of course.
motherfucker on here, man. It's
Yeah,
just
we knew that.
bad news, man.
Yeah, we knew that he was gonna fight Munguia at some point.
And Belanga, I said he's going to fight. He's going to
Yeah,
fight all these dudes that
yeah,
are
straight up,
easy and they've got a name,
straight up,
and
straight
he
up.
can beat them up. He can put
I'm
them on a poster.
yeah.
Exactly what he did.
Mirage, I'm surprised he didn't. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised he didn't take the Andrade fight. I mean, that would have been fucking easier than Berlanga. I don't even know why he.
Nah, man, Andrade is still tricky. People
Yeah,
say he's
but
like complete dog shit. You can't say that because David beat him.
no, no,
That's
no. I'm not
David.
saying David beat him. I think Andrade sucks. I think he
Yeah, but
sucks.
he's still awkward. He can make
Yeah,
a fight. Look at fucking Skull. Skull
yeah,
sucks, but look how awkward he made it.
yeah. But he wasn't gonna run like Skull. Like Skull was like Devin Haney and
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I,
That
I,
that was
yeah,
worse.
I mean, he's a
Than
southpaw. He's still at least Belanga is like right there. Belanga's basic as fuck.
yeah, he is. He is.
So
My
that's what
thing is,
Canelo wants.
though, Canelo can lose like Crawford. You're right. Crawford could beat him. I said this earlier, especially if he does that stupid high guard throwing one punch at a time.
But that's what he's been doing for years,
Yeah,
man.
no, and
I
he's
think
fucking
that's all. That's
away
the
with
way he
it,
is now.
right? And he's fucking getting away with it. I'm like, how is this guy getting away with this
Yep.
fucking style? Like,
I was saying if you could fucking hypnotize Skull, change his mentality to actually fight and put it on Canelo, man, he could have fucking had a chance to beat him, in my
oh,
opinion.
listen, I think if he would have imposed his size and pushed him back, he would have beat him. I don't think
Yeah.
he was too fucking big for Canelo. Like,
Yep.
he looked ridiculously bigger than Canelo and fought like that. I was like, what the fuck is
It's
this?
fucking sad, man.
Talking
He
about
had
Skull.
speed. He could have really put it on Canelo, man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
doesn't
he
want it.
could
Didn't
have.
want him.
Dude,
It's
he could have.
frustrating.
Dude, I talked about it in one of my videos. I said, bro, what the fuck was that? Like, your trainers didn't say push this dude back? Fucking
And you
bully this
can
little.
push him back. Look at Bivol pushed him back.
Yeah, yeah.
Even Munguia had success when he was letting his hands go, throwing
I mean, we
combinations.
oh Bivol though, man. Like Bivol is like,
Yeah.
upper echelon. Skull is like,
Nobody puts him on the back foot, really. They don't even try.
yeah,
It's not fucking Mike Tyson, man, in his prime.
yeah,
He's got a limited reach.
yeah,
He's got no feet. His gas tank. You can do it.
right. And the head movement is really slow.
Yeah, that's regressed heaps, man.
Yeah,
It's just
it's really slow. It's really slow.
Yeah, with all that being said, Canelo about to beat the brakes off of Crawford. He's about to beat the fucking brakes off of
You
him.
reckon he's going to beat him up? Beat him up.
I think Canelo wins. I got Canelo.
So this is where it gets.
Yeah, well, beating him
ridiculous
up
to
is
me.
different than just winning.
Listen to me. This is where it gets into the realm of delusion, in my opinion. You just saw Crawford stopped every single fighter he fought at 147. Every single dude he stopped. You just watched him go up to 154 and be void of power against Israel Masvidal, who only had 11 fights. The dude only had 11 fights. That's it. 11 fights. And in my opinion, I will keep saying it, Terence did not win that fight. It should have been a draw. And that was against the weakest guy at 154. How the fuck is he going to go up 2 more weight classes against the best chin in all of boxing and do anything? He's going to get walked down and beat up. He's going to look like a child fighting a grown man.
Manchunov is tricky as fuck, man. I think Canelo's going to give him
He
more
wasn't being
opportunities.
tricky against Bud. He was fighting him in the pocket.
He threw 1,000 feints. What are you talking about? He was fainting fucking the whole fight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was fainting the whole fight, man.
We just watched Virgil Ortiz beat the dog breaks off that dude.
It's different
Yeah,
style.
but he just went after him. Bud doesn't just go after cunts like that.
Yeah, it's a different style fight.
Yeah.
And Virgil Ortiz is naturally bigger than Crawford.
It doesn't matter. Virgil Ortiz has done nothing in boxing.
Yeah, but he's a good fighter. Ortiz is a good
It
aggressive
He's
fighter.
good. He's good by the eye test, but he's not good by his accolades.
And Skull didn't do nothing, and he lasted 12 rounds. Berlanga didn't do nothing. He lasted 12 rounds. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter he didn't do anything.
John Ryder actually tried that. John Ryder tried to fight, and he went the distance. He actually tried. And
The reason why John Ryder's a tough guy. He's just tough.
Yeah, he's tough, but he's still.
But the problem is all of these fighters are the same. They think Canelo is easy. They think he can't cut off the ring. They think he can't do anything. Then they hit him, and they realize they can't hurt him, and he hits them.
Hit him again.
Hold on.
Hitting him.
Then he hits them, and they get hit harder than they've ever been hit before. And they're like, how the fuck is this little leprechaun hitting this hard? And they go in defensive mode for the rest of the night because they don't want to get knocked out.
So
Canelo has dropped.
You think
Look,
Bud's gonna go there?
hold on. Let me finish, Mirage. Canelo may have not gotten the knockout since Caleb Plant, but he's knocked every single fucking dude down outside of William Skull, who ran the whole fight because he hits so damn hard.
So you think he's going to shut Bud down? He's going to when Bud feels
Bud is going to run. If you ever call Devin Haney a runner, you better be ready to blast Terence Crawford for what he's about to look like. Ross Clyde, you better have the whole fucking chamber loaded because I'm telling you, he is going to fight no different than he fought Victor Pro style. That's how it's going to look. He even said it out his mouth. He said, ain't nobody going to tell me how I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight how I'm going to fight.
I'll be surprised if he fights like that and he runs. I'll be surprised. I'll call him out, of course.
He will go 1 to 2 rounds, trading with Canelo, get popped one good time, and it's going to be flight mode from the rest of the fight on. Mark my words. The goal is to stay on the back foot and try to box Canelo and engage as little as possible in the pocket.
He needs to stand his ground at some point. He can't just retreat. He needs to jab, use the jab, control Canelo with the jab. That'll be the key. Canelo doesn't like a good jab in his face. It's been proven.
Let me see. Adam, Terence Crawford cannot hurt Canelo. Okay. I don't even think he can stop him from coming forward. If he can't stop him from moving forward on him, it doesn't matter how rinse and repeat his style is. He's going to beat him down because Canelo doesn't fight you like other boxers fight you. He hits you just to hit you, meaning he's going to hit him in the delt. He's going to hit him in the bicep. He's going to hit him in the elbow. He's going to hit him in the forearm. He's going to hit him in the hip. He's going to just hit him. And eventually, Terence Crawford, as little as he is, if he tries to trade more than once or gets trapped, he's going to break the fuck down.
Yeah. I think Crawford is going to fight like Skull in Charlo. I think he's going to run.
I agree.
That's what I think.
So you think
Bomac-
Crawford's a
Bomac
pussy?
said
I mean,
fighting-
hasn't he shown that he's not a pussy? Really, I mean, he's got more dog in him than those dudes, man.
You'll see. Bomac already said it. Their plan is to fight off the back foot because they know they can't stop him. He already said it.
Doesn't mean he's going to run. Doesn't mean he's going to run.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I think. Listen, I hate to say it, but most of the brothers who fought Canelo, they all ran. So we'll see. We'll see. Except for Floyd, but we'll see.
Crawford is already scared. You can see
Um,
it in his eyes. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's scared. Roscoe, this is what I want you to do. Go watch the last press conference before this one that just happened, right? TC was putting his chest on top of Canelo, and Canelo ended up pushing him backward. You saw that, right? You haven't seen the clip of Canelo pushing Crawford?
I saw that, but I didn't watch the press conference.
So what happened was Crawford got chest to chest with him and started walking him down, and then like the fucking security ran up and was holding Canelo. They didn't do nothing to Crawford. They were just pushing Canelo back, and Canelo pushed Crawford off of him. In this press conference from today, or really now yesterday, since it's in the AMs, in that press conference yesterday, they asked Canelo about it, and he started popping off. And Canelo walked up there to the face-off, ready to let his hands go. You could see it in his face, and Crawford didn't dare do anything this time. He looked scared. He looked nervous.
Yeah, I don't know, but you could be right. I don't know.
I'm telling you that he can't. This is a payday. I know you want payday. This is what you call a retirement severance package.
Benavidez wanted a payday too. What happened?
Well, Benavidez could actually beat Canelo.
Right. That's why the fighting.
That's the difference.
That's why the fighting happening. He was gonna beat the shit out.
He was gonna beat the shit out of Canelo.
The fact that
he would have teed off on Canelo, man. He would have fucking fucked him up.
The fact that this fight is happening tells you everything you need to know about Canelo's confidence.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to fight him for a while, man. I think this is like the last resort. Remember he said, like, I'm not going to get credit if I beat him, and which is true. But his fanboys are going to call him the greatest of all time if he beats Crawford.
This only works one way. This only works one way. If Crawford wins, you can argue he is one of the greatest fighters of all time. If he wins, if Canelo wins, it's just a dumbass fight. And I think at the end of the day, when the dust settles, everybody's going to be like, Crawford was just too small. Canelo's not going to get no credit when it's all said and done.
How can you give him credit? Imagine like fucking Calzaghe or Ward beating up on a welterweight. I mean,
right.
What would people say?
Man, Calzaghe would have beat Canelo with his eyes closed.
Well, Calzaghe's a fighter that nobody even speaks of, and he beat Roy and B-Hop.
I speak on him all the time. Because Calzaghe is a dog, straight up.
So, right here, I disagree with you, Tech. This is my thing, and this is me. And you can go back and check my receipts and my video histories. For the last 5 to 6 years, Terence Crawford has been my number one pound-for-pound fighter. Number one. But after seeing him fight Israel Masvidal, I have realized his skills I have greatly overestimated. Greatly overestimated. I don't think he's as good as a boxer as Canelo. And I'm not even talking about like Canelo being bigger, stronger, hit harder. I'm not even equivalating that. What I'm saying is I don't even think Crawford is as good of a boxer as Canelo. Canelo, when he started fighting bigger men outside of Bivol, he beat them all. He beat them all. Now, we could say the first Triple G fight he should have lost, but at the end of the day, on paper, he beat every single fighter bigger than him. Crawford gets in there with a guy with only 11 fights in Israel Masvidal and goes life or death. 11 fights. 4th weight class. There's no way anybody like Israel Masvidal would ever cause Canelo any type of issues. That dude would be steamrolled. And it's not about styles making fights. It's about levels. And I'm sorry. As fighters go up in weight, you really see what their level is. When they're no longer the bigger man, when they're no longer the same size, when they're now the smaller man, you see how good their skills really are because they have to rely more on their skills when they're outsized. Crawford was still bigger than Israel. Israel was around his size, slightly smaller than Crawford, and he couldn't fucking handle him. This is ridiculous. Crawford has been overrated.
Bigger. Madrimov is bigger.
Hell nah. Hey, I'm reading your comments, Texas. I see them. I'm highlighting them so y'all see that I'm actually reading what y'all are writing.
Madrimov would have won that fight if he swung more.
Adam, Crawford has a higher knockout ratio fighting in only 3 weight classes. Canelo is in his 5th weight class. There's a difference. When Crawford went to his 4th weight class, he had no power. That's the thing about it. You can't judge somebody's power who's only been in 3 divisions compared to a dude who's gone all the way up to 6 divisions. It's not the same. So if we're going to judge off of what they've done in higher weight classes, Canelo's got more knockouts than Crawford because Crawford couldn't even hurt or drop Israel Masvidal.
And he went 12 with Postal.
He did go 12 with Postal.
Yeah. Postal's a good fighter, though.
Jay Will, would I have given Hagler credit for beating Leonard? I don't know, because here's the thing about it. Leonard came out of a 3-year retirement and still whooped that ass. And I don't care what nobody says. Hagler lost that fight. He was swinging in air. People could call it running if they want, and they could say, oh, all Ray Leonard did was hit him with a bunch of shots 30 seconds before the bell, but he still hit him with more shots.
I'll say this about that Hagler fight. I'll say this, because people always bring up the 3-year layoff and you know, coming up from welterweight. I'll say this. Hagler was going on a decline, and we saw that in the Mugabe fight, yet he was still able to win. And it's documented that Hagler and Sugar Ray said, now I'm going to fight him because I could see the decline. So that's what that was.
I will say this. I'm reading y'all's comments, by the way. We're just conversating on the panel. That's why I haven't been addressing them directly. But in Texas, I'll get a few of your comments since I'm talking to Adam. No, there's no excuse here. Here's the fact of the matter. Hagler didn't win. He lost.
I hear you.
I thought he won. Hold on. I'm talking to Adam, Ross Clock.
Oh.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Terence Crawford is no Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard would have beat the brakes off of him. They're not even comparable. Crawford is nowhere near as good. You're talking about a once-in-a-generational talent and comparing him to a great fighter in Terence Crawford. They're not the same. Everything that Sugar Ray did, he does better than Crawford. There's nothing Crawford does better than Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't even think Terence Crawford could beat Floyd Mayweather.
That would have been a good fight.
But you know what I will tell you, Russ Clott? That Sugar Ray Leonard would have beat the brakes off of Floyd.
I would pick Sugar Ray Leonard, but I would pick Sugar Ray Leonard to win that too. But with Crawford and Floyd, that one's a tricky one because Floyd will now be facing someone with longer reach than him. And Floyd always avoids guys with longer reach because he's a range fighter, and that doesn't work when you have longer arms.
Yeah, that was crazy for me to learn, Ross Clott, that Floyd had never fought somebody with a longer reach than him, ever, in his entire career.
Also, Floyd's arms, they're not really 72. They're more like 74, just like his uncles and his dad.
They might be. I don't know.
No, they're longer. They're longer. They're lying saying it's 72. Yeah.
I just know he's got some long ass arms.
Yeah, he got long ass arms. He does. He got long ass arms. There's an old interview out there somewhere where Andre Ward had said it when he saw him. Like, damn, that little dude got long arms. Yeah, he does. That's why Manny Pacquiao wasn't going to beat him on his best day.
Yeah, I knew Manny couldn't beat him at any point in time in his career. Just like I know Crawford ain't beating Canelo.
Hey, you know, somebody asked me, it was in a chat, someone said, who would win out of Floyd if he was in the Four Kings era? And I replied, he wouldn't fight any of them. So let's change the subject. You can't do a fantasy match when you know for sure he wouldn't fight these motherfuckers.
I think he could have beat Duran. That's the only one.
Possibly.
I think he could exploit Duran because Duran would have been shorter and again wouldn't have had the reach like you were talking about. But if you talking about Hearn, Hagler, or Leonard, he loses all three of them.
The thing about Floyd though that a lot of people negate is also the referee helps Floyd with his style. When we saw Tony Weeks in there, he didn't let Floyd do his thing. He let Maidana fight his fight on the inside. And you could see even Floyd was asking for a break. He was literally asking Tony Weeks to fucking break it up in some of the rounds, complaining. And so that's why he got fired and didn't do the rematch. And here comes the savior, Kenny Bayless, to the rescue. Didn't let the man fight on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, they did the same thing with Ricky Hatton because Ricky Hatton was known for dirty boxing, like fighting in the clinch.
Oh,
and they didn't allow that at all.
100%. That guy would not let Hatton fight his fight. Now, I will say this. Every time Hatton got close, he was getting clipped. However, we don't know how the fight would have turned out had he got to get his fight, fighting on the inside. We just don't know.
Yeah, I agree. But what I will say is Mayweather was the best fighter of his era, period.
Yeah, I'll say that. I could agree. I'll agree with that. I still think he's a cherry picker, but yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I agree. Especially like Money Mayweather. Like he fought people at the opportune moment. He didn't fight them when they were at their best. He always fought somebody on the decline.
Yeah.
But still, the only fighter that I was going to give a chance to beat him would have been Kell Brook before Kell Brook went up and then tried to come back down.
I could see that being a very good competitive fight. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the movement.
Yeah. I said before that Kell Brook would have beat Spence if he didn't fight Triple G.
I agree. I think he could have beat him too.
Yeah, he would have beat him.
He was beating him.
Yep.
He was winning on the scorecards till he got the other side of his face broke. And the thing about it too is you seen him start to tire out against Spence, which is something he never did before. Why? Because he was weight drained from putting on all that damn muscle and losing it.
Yep. That is a fact.
So Jay Will, I will say this. All right. About Pacquiao. Here's what I will say when I compare Pacquiao to Mayweather. Pacquiao by far has the better resume. However,
yeah, that's not the debate.
Mayweather is the much better fighter.
Yeah, nobody was talking about the resume. That's not even like up for debate. Pacquiao's resume is way better than Floyd's.
Yeah, Texas. I mean, they've been losing a lot of weight for a long time because whenever I box, I used to take off 25 to 30 pounds the night of the fight, and then I'd blow back up 20, 25 pounds. So it's been going on for a while that you could, because really, truthfully, all weight cutting is just dehydrating your body. And the more muscular you are, the more water you can take out of your body.
You like for fighters to have a lot of bulk on them?
Well, I'm not saying whether I like it or not. I'm just saying the more muscle bound you are, the more water you retain because muscle is pretty much 75% water.
Yeah.
So it just becomes way easier to deplete your body.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like fat doesn't retain as much water as muscle does. So the leaner you are, the lower your body percent fat is, the easier it is for you to drop weight and then blow the fuck back up. Because muscle is going to saturate with water very quickly.
Yeah, it's true.
It's almost like water in a thirsty plant is going to suck it all up immediately.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Especially if these boxers is on some fucking creatine or some shit.
Yeah.
Fucking rehydrate.
You know what I call this fight between Canelo and Crawford?
What's up?
I call it Reynoso's Bistro versus the Snack Pack.
I call him Eddie Roy Noso.
Yo, every fighter, damn near every fighter in Canelo's camp has been popped.
Yeah, man. Oscar Valroids, Munguia.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there? It was a Miller, wasn't it Miller? No, Miller wasn't with
No,
them.
it wasn't Ryan Garcia.
It was Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz, Ryan Garcia.
And if I'm not mistaken, he didn't pop dirty, but wasn't Andy Ruiz training with them?
Yes, Ruiz
And
was.
his fat ass was so fast and all this bullshit. That's because he was on juice. That fat piece of shit. He was weak.
You forgot about Neary.
And he was mentally weak, man. He was scared of fucking Rolly, man. He's getting walked down and scared to let his hands go. This is fucking Rolly.
Straight
Can
up.
you believe that?
Because he didn't have the Ostarine.
Hey,
Yeah, but
you heard me, Russ?
What'd you
I
say?
still can't believe it.
I said you also left out Neary. He got popped high too.
Oh, Neary did pop. Damn, man.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm about to heat up some rice.
Eddie Roy. Hey, yeah, you're right, Mirage. I loved every minute of it. I can't believe that. I mean, Ryan Garcia is trash, but he got a left hook. Yeah, that's ain't no argument there. That fucking left hook is fast as shit. But when Rolly clipped him, shit, he was gun shy. It is what it is. But yeah, we'll see what Wilder gonna do next, y'all, because Wilder is looking very bad in this fight tonight, and he gonna need 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more tune-ups if he want to fight one of the top dogs. That's for damn sure. And I don't even think Wilder could beat any of the top dogs. In any of them. I don't think he can beat any of them. Shit. Oh, hell no. He can't beat. Who was the other dude that Triple D had beat? The hell is his name? Help me out, y'all. Who was that dude? Oh man, what was his name? I don't think he could beat him either. I can't even remember their name, man. Where the hell did Tony go? Mirage, you still there? Everybody went on mute. But Wilder was looking really bad tonight, man. So, hey man, when you almost 40 and you 1-3 or whatever his record is right now, 1-3, you gonna look bad coming off of a year layoff too. That's what happens. These fighters today, they're not active. These fighters today fight once a year, twice a year, and they not polished. You got to be active, straight up. Activity is the key to stay polished. If you got to fight 5 or 6 bums before you fight the top dog, the champion, or the top contender, or whoever, so be it. Activity is the key. Always. That's why the past fighters are great, because they was active, and then you see they have a loss here and there to an obscure opponent because maybe they didn't train, maybe they fought too many times, maybe it wasn't their night. But the more you fight, the probability of you losing becomes higher, and that's the reason why these fighters today, you don't see them losing that much, because they're not fighting enough. Period. They're not fighting enough. They're going for names. They're picking and choosing. Back in the days, you fought. Back in the days, that's how it was. You fought. Nowadays, fighting once a year is nothing. That's why Wilder got to fight 2 more times this year. We in June. Fight 2 more.
Huh?
Huh?
You know who I got for upset of the year?
Who?
Dillian White knocking out Moses Atama.
Atama is a small heavyweight, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy is a little bit taller, a little bit bigger than Torres. I don't know. I'm not too sold on him just yet. You know, maybe he might fight Dillian White at the right time. Who knows? He does have power though, Tony.
Yeah, he got power, but I just think he's going to get upset.
But
This was the dude. This was the guy that Frank Warren was trying to push to beat Mike Tyson's record for youngest heavyweight champion, but he's already missed it.
I mean, that wouldn't matter even if he was to get it anyway, because what belt was it going to be? Some rinky-dinky, but was it interim?
No, for the real belt.
Was it going to be a real belt?
Yeah, they were trying to rush him to a real belt, but it's too late now. Because Tyson became a champion at like 20.
Yeah. He was 20.
Undisputed at 21.
Yep. Won that tournament.
That's why that should be pissing me off when they be like, Devin Haney was the youngest undisputed. No, the fuck he wasn't. Tyson was younger than him when he became undisputed. Shut the fuck up. They need to say it right. Youngest 4-belt undisputed champion, not youngest undisputed.
Yeah.
Haney was what, like 24, 25 when he became undisputed?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to undisputed nowadays, you know, at least back then, even when there was one belt, right? At least back then, you had to go through the trenches until you got to the championship fight.
Well, no,
I'm not
Tyson
really
had
care
3
about a
belts.
person winning one fight and becoming undisputed.
Yeah, but Tyson had 3 belts to become undisputed.
You
And
know, I know. I'm saying he went through the trenches to do it.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is to add context for people listening, Tyson not only collected 3 belts, but he beat the 3 world champions with each belt. So he didn't beat one guy to become undisputed. He beat all 3 champions.
Yeah, that's why I really don't care about undisputed nowadays. If you beat one guy, it's whatever. Okay, you beat one guy. Now let me see what you're gonna do after that. No, you fucking drop the belt. You know what I'm saying? You fucking beat. You fight Cambosis one more time, and you drop the fucking belt. Like, come on, man. It's bullshit.
Yo, Cambosis got the shit beat out of him by Hitchens.
Hey, he's too small.
Yeah, I agree.
Hitchens is a fucking welterweight fighting at 140.
You know what I don't like though? Hitchens ducked Devin Haney.
Too small. And he ducked Devin Haney, and he clearly ducked the Cuban kid. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Matias.
Hey, I'm off, guys. Take it easy. Take it easy, Tony.
All right, man.
Mirage.
Later.
Salute, Mirage. Yeah, man, that was a clear duck. Clear as day.
Yeah, I don't like Hitchens is from New York, and I don't like the fact that he be capping so much.
You from NY too?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Oh.
We needed him to beat the brakes off of y'all Californians. Put Haney in the ring.
We ain't even got too many out here right now. Except for Haney. Haney is cool, man. The guy is a welterweight. He should be fighting at welterweight. I don't want to see a 144. I don't want to see a 145. You're a welterweight, dude. Fight at welterweight. That's why I call him and Haney the almost welterweight weight class.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
144 bullshit.
Yeah, fight the weight class. Fight at the weight class that you in. You weighed 165 versus freaking Prograis, for Christ's sakes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Well, he probably weighed 165 against all of them. Cambosis, Loma. It's just they didn't release his weight.
Yeah. Brian Norman. So Brian Norman had gained 11 pounds when he fought Sasaki. And look how big he looked.
So he's 158?
Yeah, so he'll I know for sure if they fought Haney, they would gain more than that. I know for sure. Because Haney gonna be damn near 170 if they fight at legit 147. Haney gonna weigh in 170.
He might be 175 while you bullshitting.
Shit, for real. No, for real. While we joking, for real, he might be 175. Shit. That motherfucker gonna come in there looking same size as Beterbiev. Fuck. You
With
know
more
what
muscle. With more muscle.
I'm for real. Like the fuck?
Yeah,
So
yo, that
like,
snack pack, it worked.
yeah, man, he looking like Balrog, man, in Street Fighter. Dude, let me tell you something. When they was doing the press conferences with Kambosos and Devin Haney, right? It was like, damn, oh man, they was talking they shit, whatever. And it's like, yeah, Haney, they doing the face off. Haney looked taller, woo, 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 woo. Man, when they got in the ring after the weigh-in, he looked hella bigger than Kambosos.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I'm like, this dude is
He rehydrated.
yeah, I know. I'm like, this dude is a welterweight right now with a lightweight belt. What the fuck?
That's why they was telling him the whole time, you too small, George. Little Georgie, you too small.
Yep. Holy shit, he was huge. You're like, damn, like this dude is gigantic. I mean, I thought Lomachenko beat him, but
No. There was no thought. He did beat him.
Yeah, for what it's worth, to me, that showed me like Haney is just size and not nothing else. But after that, it's like, okay, he beating Campbell, doing the little wins. I mean, the Prograis fight was like one thing, but Prograis is like, he had that war. He been in wars.
Yeah, but Prograis looked like ass against Zorilla the fight before.
No, that's what I'm saying. He been in wars. He was done. Dude, that when he fought the Zorilla, that fight, he was looking like shit in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And then what did the Haney and them do? Oh, yeah, we're going to fight him. We're going to fight him. That's who we're going to fight. That's who we're going to fight. Yep. How come you're not calling out Rolly? How come you not calling out, you trying to make a fight with Hitchens? I know why they want to fight Hitchens. Hitchens ain't a big puncher.
Well, I got to stop you there because I made a video about Hitchens because I don't like it. Hitchens was calling out Haney. He started it. Well, and he was the one yelling "fuck the Haneys" the whole press conference.
Whoever it is, it's still, he's not a puncher, so they don't mind taking that fight.
Well, he stopped Kambosos.
Come on, man.
Stopped him faster than Loma.
And Roberto Duran got knocked out by Hearns. Did we give a fuck?
Yeah, I got you, but Haney went 24 rounds with Kambosos and couldn't stop him.
At 135. At his best.
I got you. I think I really believe Richardson Hitchens is the best guy at 140. I don't think anybody can beat him.
I mean,
but as if he'll fight people.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. The 140 is kind of low key pretty good. I mean, him and Rolly could fight each other, but Rolly is fighting at 147 now.
Well, I mean, I think the Rolly Haney fight would be good too, as you mentioned earlier, because I mean, Rolly beat Ryan, so just beat the guy that beat Ryan.
Yeah, he could.
Because my mindset is this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
With Ryan Garcia popping hot, and then the suspension and all of that, right? The laws getting reversed. If you beat the guy that beat Ryan, then you could ride off into the sunset and say the only reason why Ryan beat you is because he was juiced up. Look at how you beat the guy that beat him when he was clean, and then there's no need to fight him again.
Yeah, you could say that. That could work. I mean, us diehard fans, that shit don't work. But yeah, for the casuals, it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I honestly believe Ryan beats him 100 out of 100 times.
Me too.
I think stylistically he can't beat Ryan.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But his out is beat Rolly, and then you never have to fight Ryan again to find out if you can beat him or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But Rolly beat the brakes off of him, man. Rolly made Ryan not want to fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, I mean the 147 division is. I mean it's cool. I mean, Matias had lost to Paro.
Yep.
And then Hitchens beat Paro.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that he could beat Matias because he clearly ducked Matias.
Well, we'll see how good Matias is in this next fight he's got coming up.
Yeah.
After that, we'll see. I'm not sold on Matias. I think Matias
Oh,
is
me
like
either.
a Deontay Wilder. He built
me
his
either.
career knocking out a bunch of bums.
Yeah. I'm not sold on him either. I never was. I want to see Gary Russell mix it up with Hitchens.
So Gary Russell's in a real fight. That guy that beat Jin Sasaki first, Hiroka, that's
Yeah.
who Antoine's fighting next.
I know. Andy Hiroka.
Yep.
Yeah. That's gonna be
That
a good
motherfucker
fight.
can fight.
I know.
He can fight.
I know.
I don't know if Antoine can beat him, my dude.
Nah, it's gonna be a good fight. I don't either. I don't know. Hey man, shit. Can Hitchens beat Sandor Martin?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I think. I mean, Sandor Martin should have beat Tio, in my opinion. But
that fight.
Can he beat? It would be a good fight. Like Sandor Martin's got really good movement, so it might cause Hitchens some problems.
Yeah.
But Hitchens is gonna have the reach and the jabbing. So
yeah, he's a big dude. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Him, like people like him, Haney, they're winning, right? Like you could tell Hitchens is doing the same thing. He's beating these little dudes. Pero's not that small though, but he's still beating like little dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Hitchens, truth be told, is a 147-pound fighter.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, listen, Keyshawn Davis is at 135 and he's at 47.
No, he moved up.
Yeah, he moved up at 140, but I'm saying he was fighting at 135 and that motherfucker's a 47.
Yeah. Way
So,
bigger than everybody else.
You know Hitchens is a 47. He fighting at 140 because them dudes is big.
Yeah, I agree. The thing about 147 is it's a good division to move into because there's nobody really left there. All you got is what?
It's
Ryan
weak.
Norman Jr.?
Yeah, you got Ryan Norman Jr. Fuck, man. I got Jerron left. He left.
Yep. He just went up to 154.
Yeah. Oh, man, it is kind of like a scarce division.
Yes. I mean, Spence is gone.
Porter's,
like all the past people are gone. Porter's gone.
But nobody wants to fight Conor Benn because he's
I don't even know where Conor Benn fights. I don't know if he's at 160 or if he's going back to 147 because he's having a rematch with Eubank.
He probably gonna go back down to 147, but he got to do it gradually because he don't want to lose the weight rapidly, right?
I mean, when you think about 147, like really. Because Boots left. Boots beat Stanionis so convincingly that Stanionis, I wouldn't even really say he's that top rated anymore. Like
no, he wasn't. I don't even know why people was thinking he was going to ever beat Boots,
especially with the long layoff.
The long layoff, and again, fuck, size matters sometimes when you a good big man beats a good small man.
Right.
He was hella bigger than. It was hella bigger than Stanionis, dude.
He was way bigger than him.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, is this dude in here fighting Costa Zoo?
And the thing about Stanionis is he fought that fight stupid. He did exactly what I said he shouldn't do. He was trying to trade with him in the pocket. Instead of using his angles, using his outboxing like Karen did in the first fight, he wanted to trade with Boots.
Bro, when I was watching that fight, the first thing I said is Karen could beat this dude. Karen will beat the shit out of fucking Stanionis. What the hell is he doing? Like, he was so one-dimensional and just, I don't know what the hell he was doing. That was some bullshit.
Karen might be able to beat Brian Norman Jr. while you bullshitting.
Hell yeah, I can see that. Karen is low risk. I mean, high risk, low reward.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fighter. He's a dark horse he's a good fighter, man. Like,
I don't even think they got him rated in the top 10 anymore since he lost the Boots. And that's crazy to me because
I don't think he is.
The dude was undefeated when he went in there with 20 plus wins.
I could.
The only other fighters you got is Mario Barrios. He's trash. And then you got Manny Pacquiao coming back. And I think Manny is food for everybody but Mario.
Let me see. Where the fuck do they have him? Okay, so he's not okay. So if you're going by the belts, right? If you're going by the belts, For the WBC, he's rated number 14.
Who?
Karen.
Damn, he's that far down?
But listen, but for the WBO, he's rated number 4. So he could possibly get a Brian Norman versus him, possibly.
Let me go to BoxRec. Let's see where they got him rated on BoxRec overall.
You see, I'm just going by, and then of course, for the WBA, right?
They got him 12th overall.
He's not rated at all for the WBA, but he is rated for the IBF, and he's at number 6.
Yeah, they got Karen ranked 12th overall.
Yeah, so that sounds about right. Like if you average it on here on all these.
And I was wrong, Ross Clot. Karen had a loss. He lost his second fight. I thought he was undefeated when he fought Boots, but he actually had one loss.
Yeah, he had that one loss, but that's like the early shit.
Yeah.
Like the early shit.
So they got Devin Haney ranked number 2 with 147.
Yeah. Which is
he never had a 147-pound fight.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Wild.
Who the hell is Lewis Crocker?
Shit, they got, let me look. They got Devin Haney at number 1 for the WBC. So you right. He will fight Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I told you that's the move.
Dude, he's ranked number 1 for the WBC.
Haney is going to take an easy fight, and if Manny wins, they are going to jump on him immediately.
Yeah, they will.
And then Haney's going to be like, I'm one of the greatest ever because I beat Lomachenko, which he didn't, and I beat Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Because on paper, there's 2 Hall of Famers that nobody else has.
Yeah. That Lomachenko fight, that's one of those ones where it's like, damn, they really, really, like, forget the T.O. fight. Fuck the T.O. fight. Because I thought T.O. lost that one too. But the Haney one, he clearly won to me. Like, that's fucked up. That was fucked up. That would have put the icing on the cake on
his legacy.
But it's a loss on his record, so it doesn't, you got to count it as a loss.
Here's my thing with Loma, right? Loma has never got decisions in his favor because Salido, his second fight, I thought he beat, like, I piss Loma fans off because I always say Salido beat his ass, but I say that to make him mad, right?
Yeah,
but if I'm going to be honest, he beat Salido. He got robbed. Yeah. And then Salido fought him super dirty, busted weight, all that shit that goes with it. So he should have got the decision against Salido. He did not. Now, I will disagree with you. T.O., I thought that fight was a draw, but if you had to tell me to give it to somebody, I would give it to T.O. just because I don't feel like Loma did enough in the early rounds. Against Devin, he should have won that fight too. But a decision has never gone in his favor.
But see, that's my point. That's my point. When it comes to the early round theory, right? I hate that theory, and I'll tell you why. So the 10-point system, the 10-point system came through in like the later 80s, mid 80s, later 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never ever liked the 10-point system because it's not fair if Tony, I land 4 punches on the first round and you land 1, then I land 3 punches second round, and then it goes on like that. And then you, Tony, 9, 10, 11, 12, you land 24 punches in round 10, 30, 22 punches in round 11. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, when I go look at that T.O. fight, I'm like, okay, Lomachenko didn't do a lot, but T.O. didn't either. Yeah, he was giving him angles, but he wasn't doing nothing. He was turning with Lomachenko. Oh, yeah, beautiful turn. The announcer, oh, wow, look at that. He's turning with Loma. But what did he do when you turn with him? Nothing. He didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, I can understand your point of view. Like, you like the totality of the fight and not like round by round scoring because, I mean, I know you've definitely seen fights where dudes have been shut out for, say, the first 7, 8 rounds. Then say it's a 10-round fight, and round 9 and 10, they come on and they just beating the shit out of the other fight. Like, I'll give you a case in point. Bivol better be the first fight, right? Mm-hmm. If that would have been a 15-round fight, you could tell Bivol was on the way to get knocked the fuck out. He was done by the 12th round.
Possibly.
So I have seen fights where fighters have lost the early rounds, and if there would have just been a few more rounds, you could tell they would have cooked the dude. But
Right.
unfortunately, it doesn't work in totality. It works round by round.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But back in the days, like I said, back in the days, it wasn't like that. Back in the
Right.
day, sometimes the fight would depend on the referee would be the last judge in some of the fights. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I never really cared for the 10-point system, but I understand it. But it's like when it comes to Lomachenko, he didn't get a fair shake to me in both of those fights.
Yeah, I
Especially
agree.
champion, especially him being the champion.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if any fight he deserved to win, though, it was the Devin fight.
For
Like,
sure. For
in
sure.
my opinion.
100%.
Because you can't even find a highlight for Devin Haney in that entire fight.
You can't. You can't. You can't. You can't.
And then if you want to go like round by round, how it's scored now that you don't like, the rounds that you could give Devin could have went either way. The
Yeah.
rounds that Loma won, he won definitively. They weren't even close.
Yeah.
So that means that in order for Devin to win, you have to give him every fucking close round.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like you can't give Loma no benefit of the doubt because if you give Loma one round that's close, he wins.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's what's so ridiculous about it. Like, I mean, it was so bad that people who I don't know if they know boxing or not, but I remember like people like Nelly were coming out talking about, I'll never watch boxing again.
Yeah, because they know. Listen, when the fight was over with, I like I said, I walked away from the TV. I'm like, oh yeah, Loma won it, and then they raised Devin Haney hand. I'm like, what the fuck?
Devin looked surprised. He looked shocked that he won.
Shocked. He looked shocked like Timothy Bradley when he beat Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Same.
And my thing is this: Haney fans like to make fun of Loma because they showed him crying in the locker room in the back after the fight. But here's my thing: you would have been crying too if you knew you won a fight and they got robbed from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wasn't crying because he lost. He was crying because he saw his legacy get robbed from him. The only thing he didn't do that he wanted to achieve was Undisputed, and he won the fight and it was taken from him. But what they leave out, what Haney fans like to leave out is whenever Haney was in the corner, I think it was like the 8th or the 9th round, he was like, Dad, he's got me figured out. I don't know what to do. He was crying in the middle of the fucking fight in the corner.
He knew he was losing.
Yeah.
He knew he was losing, man. That was like I said, to me, that was fucked up. It was fucked up. Cause I mean, we talking about like that Loma, he would have dog Tank Davis. God. He would have put hands and feet on Tank Davis.
Yeah, Tank waited for him to get too old.
He would have put hands and feet on Tank Davis. Yeah, that's why he don't want that shit.
Nah, he never wanted to fight him. But I will say this. As far as Devin's concerned, I don't think anybody at 147 beats him, though.
Yeah, I mean, with that type of style, like I said, with that type of style, it's all going to depend on the judges, man, because running don't equate to ring generalship. It don't. It doesn't. And I think some of these judges, to me, they confuse it. They look at that as ring generalship. If you running, that is not ring generalship. It's not. It's not. If I'm making you run that way, I'm dictating the pace of this fight. That's ring generalship for me, for the aggressor.
I mean, I could understand that, but my thing is how I look at it is
the judges.
Whether you want to call it running or not, the dude who's chasing still has to land punches. And if you can't land punches and the guy running is still outlanding you, then I personally can't give you the round.
Okay, but okay, all right, I'll give you one with that one, right? So if we're in an exchange and I land one shot and then you land one shot, I land one shot on you, but you threw 4, 5, 6 punches on the gloves. Do I get that point over you?
I mean, I would say you would probably win the round if I'm just hitting you on the gloves, but let's say
no, I got you beating me. because I landed one shot and here I am covering up, letting you wail on me because I'm afraid to open up to hit you.
Yeah, see, I would say if the punches didn't land though, and they're only hitting you on the glove, then they don't count.
I mean, but right, I know it's clean, effective punches, but it's also you have to throw punches to win a fight. I mean, that's just how it works. Listen, I had Madonna beating Floyd. You know why?
See, I have Floyd winning.
You know why I had Madonna beating him? Because he dictated the pace of the fight. He pushed Floyd back. Floyd was landing one shot at a time while Madonna was throwing to the arm, to the head, to the ear, throwing whatever he can. And then they went and said, oh, well, it's the clean, effective punches. So, he lost. But he did land punches. There were landed punches in there. Right? So they went with the pretty boy who land one and didn't have to throw 4 to do it, while I throw 8 punches to land 2. See what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just think at the end of the day, it's just gonna be our opinions and we just look at it different.
Well, judges I know that's what I'm saying. Judges look at everything different. So if there's a judge who don't like Devin Haney's style, he's not going to win a fight. But see, they pick and choose certain judges. That's just how it works. These guys know what judges to pick.
A really fast, Ross Clyde. Eric Earth Boxing. You did not hear what was said. You do not understand what was said. Clearly, if you would have listened to exactly what I said when I was talking about Haney versus Loma, I said every highlight of the fight was Lomachenko. You can't find a highlight moment of Devin Haney in a replay. Furthermore, I also said you would have to give Devin Haney every single close round in the fight, because if you give Lomachenko 1, that means Loma won the fight, which means, and I also said every round Loma won was blatant that he won it. It was clear. It was obvious. You could see who won the round with no dispute. So if that statement that I made, if you could understand it, what that means is Loma clearly won 6 out of the 12 rounds. Devin had 6 extremely razor-thin rounds with Lomachenko that could have went either way. That means you have to give Devin Haney all 6 of those razor-thin rounds and then take a round from Lomachenko that he clearly won for Devin to even win the fight. So again, if you're going to comment and say mental gymnastics, at least understand what was being said, because you're the only one doing flips and somersaults on a mat over there. Because Lomachenko clearly won 6 out of the 12 rounds. Blatantly obvious. People who have never watched boxing before could tell you he won 6 out of the 12 rounds. Here we go. Watch the fight, Tony. Not highlights, and Loma didn't win the fight. Loma won clearly 3 rounds. What are you? Bullshit. You see this? This is the mental gymnastics that he claimed that we were doing, that he is doing. He said Loma only clearly won 3 rounds in the Devin Haney fight.
I mean, those type of debates, I don't even bother. I wouldn't even bother. That's a troll. I mean, you might as well just put your pom-poms on, put your little cheerleading dress on, and give me a D, a E, a V. You might as
well. The longest yard type shit.
I don't even bother. If a person say Lomachenko won 3 rounds, okay, great, cool. Shout out to the 3 rounds Lomachenko won. Fuck, I missed that fight, Tony. I gotta watch it again. God damn it. He only won 3 rounds. Holy shit. I was wrong this whole time.
I must have been drunk and I don't even drink.
Yeah, for real. I was off that straight up Tony Yayo sitting at the table. Because goddamn, 3 rounds. Hey man, look, shout out to Devin Haney for shutting them out 9-3.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, look, I give Devin his props. That dude, I think beats everybody at 147. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's had a lot of physical advantages over fighters, but I think he's a good fighter. I think Devin will fight anybody who will fight him. I don't think he runs from a fight. I don't think he backs down from fighting anybody. If you call his name, he will answer the call. I give him all the credit in the world. But Loma beat that man. He beat him. Period.
Yeah, I agree. I had Loma winning that fight. Like I said, when the fight was over, I said, "Whoa, Lomachenko about to be undisputed." And then I heard Devin, whatever his nickname is, Haney. I was like, "Oh wow,
The
okay."
dream.
The dream. I'm like, "Wow, okay, there it is, Devin Haney, undisputed champion." there you go. It's in the history books.
See, to me, this is what it sounds like to me, Ross Clot. And I don't even think the fight was as close as this fight that I'm about to mention. But Haney fans, when it comes to Lomachenko, remind me of Canelo fans when it comes to the first Triple G fight. They'll swear Canelo beat Triple G in that first fight, but he didn't.
No,
Just like they'll swear Haney beat Loma, but he didn't.
Triple
Like,
G that fight clear.
when the whole world, when 95% of the people who saw the fight are all coming to the same conclusion, it's not the 95% that are wrong, it's the 5% that are wrong. Now, we're not talking about
Right.
like 50% of fans and the other 50% of fans are on the other side. We're not talking about a 60-40 split. We're not even talking about a 70-30 split. We're talking about 95% of people and 100% of all journalists, boxing analysts had Devin Haney losing.
Yeah.
You are on the wrong side. I'm sorry, Earth Boxing. You just on the wrong side of this debate.
Yeah. And I think too, Tony, too, like people like us, right? It's just the boxing. If Haney would have actually won, we would say it. We would say it. I think it goes more of they're a fan of that fighter. So they get certain benefits of the doubt, right? Like they're a fan of that fighter. So it's like, oh yeah, yeah, Haney won that. It's people fans of Tank Davis. Oh yeah, Tank Davis clearly beat Isaac Cruz, and it's like,
or Lamont Roach when he took a knee in the fight.
Yeah, right. Or Lamont Roach, and it's like take the fan, take your personal liking out of the fighter, and just watch the fight. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see that the Isaac Cruz fight was a draw. You'll see, or you'll see that Lamont Roach clearly won, like clear. Matter of fact, Lamont Roach was more clear than Haney. I mean, Tio and Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like they can't take their fan for that certain fighter. That's how it is with Canelo. It's like, how are you gonna tell me you didn't? We watched the whole different fight. Triple G didn't win the first fight. Oh, you must be a fan of that fighter. So you it's hard for you to say he lost. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
I agree with you 1,000%. Eric Earth Boxing. Hop on the panel if you really want to tell us how you had to fight. Look, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe. Just like some people are entitled to believe that if they jump off a bridge, they could fly. I'm not going to tell them otherwise. You want to jump and die, go ahead and do it. But there's the word of belief and there's a word of reality. And in my opinion, the reality is Devin lost that fight. That's not to say that Devin Haney's a bad fighter. It's not to say that he's not good. It's not to say that he won't be a Hall of Famer. It's just to say that on that night, Loma was the better fighter and he was robbed.
Yeah, that's I agree with that. I agree. It's like I said, people can't take away their their personal liking to the guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. We see it all the time. It's like, come on, man. Like, take away your personal liking, and then you'll look at the fights different.
I'm waiting to see if Earth is still here or if he's gonna hop on the panel. And I agree with everything you're saying, Ross Clyde. But I want to see, like, I ain't got nothing against Earth Boxing. I feel like he's been in my panel more than once. So I'm not trying to like disrespect this dude. Because I value everybody's opinions, even if I don't agree. It's just I don't agree. Like I can't agree on this one. I can't even come close to agreement on the Loma Devin fight. There's just, to me, there's no middle ground. There's no swaying. I'm too far on the side that Devin lost for anybody to ever pull me to the other side. But
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear him make a case.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and listen, at the end of the day, the judges gave it to Devin. It's in the history books. But the real fans who know the sport know that the real winner is Lomachenko. That's, you know what I mean? That's just what it is, you know.
Earth Boxing, can you hop on the panel?
It's like if you go back, right? Okay, like I'll go back further, right? So like I don't know if you watched the fights, but so Michael Spinks and Larry Holmes, right?
Yep.
It's always the robbery thing, right? Oh, he got robbed. He got robbed, right? And fans, people at the time was really big fans of Larry Holmes. I watched that fight 4 or 5 times, and I had Spinks clearly winning both fights, right? Now I could be wrong, but he won. But he won. But those fights were so close. They were so close that the fans is like, if you're a fan of Larry Holmes, they're like, oh yeah, he won. With Lomachenko and Devin Haney, it wasn't close. It wasn't close. You could, when the bell rang to the 12th round, I walked. People was like, texting me, Lomachenko about to win, bro. You know what I mean? Like people knew he won, and then he lost. So it's just what it is. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucked up.
I just again, and I agree with you. Say real fans know who won, but the problem is, not even real fans just know. Casual fans know who don't even watch boxing know.
Yeah.
Again, this is where this right here to me falls flat on its face. People like to use the judges only when it benefits them, right? But they act as if boxing is not the most corrupt sport in the entire sports industry, allegedly. They act as if we don't see robbery weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend. And nothing is ever done. Fights are never overturned. We literally watch robberies on a regular in boxing. So to act as if the judges are infallible to me is ridiculous.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Again, me personally, I feel like if the whole world sees a fight one way and only 3 people ringside see it different, all 3 of them need to be fucking fired and the results need to be reversed.
Yeah. It'd be great if they did that because there was so many robberies. You know, we've been seeing robberies, man. It happens. It's just fucked up.
I mean, you want to speak about a robbery? I'll tell you a blatant robbery that happened not too long ago. And I'm only bringing this up because you brought up Rolly and Tony Weeks. Barroso was beating the brakes off of Rolly, and Tony Weeks stops the fight, and not one punch lands on Barroso.
Yeah, and that fucked up. And Barroso was 67.
Yes.
Hey, Tony, go ahead. Talk, Tony. I'm about to cut this watermelon. Go ahead. Talk.
I'll talk. I'm not going to be on much longer. I'm about to get off.
Okay, man. But I'm gonna go then. Thanks for having me on. And
oh, you about to hop off?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, man. Thanks.
Okay, well, don't hop off yet.
And,
wait to cut your watermelon, because like always, you know, I let my guests close us out.
Say
Eric Earth Boxing. Next time I'm live and you can hop on the panel, we'll readdress this. Like I said, I appreciate your support. You coming through typing with me, but I don't think this is a topic we'll ever agree on. I don't think I can sway you, and I know you can't sway me, but I'd be willing to listen to you. So next time you have time to talk, hop on the panel. It doesn't matter what the topic is. Readdress this, and then you know, me and whomever else is on the panel will listen to you. On that, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna let Ross Clot close us out. But before you do, hold on.
Go ahead.
I got to
hit the like button.
Ross Clot. Why? This is what I don't understand. Why do you never pop up? I am sub to you, but
I don't know.
It never pops up.
Yours too. You know, with yours, I always gotta unsub and resub every time to get notifications.
Yeah, I'm about to do that to yours as soon as I find it in this long
all
list.
the time. Yeah, because my next video, I'm gonna talk about Brian. I'm gonna talk about what you call it? What's his name? Boots going up to 154.
Boots going up to 154.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I got some things to say about that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But I got some things to say about that, man. Like I said, he moving into the trenches, bro.
Yeah, man. 154 is
Yeah,
killers up there.
four is stacked.
That's why Terrence ran the fuck out.
Hey, listen, facts. Facts. He was like, yeah, I can't do this. I struggle with
go.
a guy with 10 pro fights. Fuck that.
All right, I unsubscribed and I'm resubscribing to you. I am gonna post your channel right there. All right, your channel is now post. Everybody, click this link if you made it to the end. If you're still listening, subscribe to Ross Clot.
Salute, man.
Triple deuces. On
Appreciate
that, I'm gonna remove myself from the panel and I'm gonna let him close us out.
Man, thanks for having me on. Y'all subscribe to Tony's Reviews and also subscribe to my channel, Ross Clot 222. I talk boxing, and I got workout videos, and sometimes I just make some random shit. But anyway, man, salute. Thanks for having me on. Oh, and on my channel, anybody can listen to it. Kids, everyone. I don't curse on my videos, and I don't say anything derogatory. So y'all subscribe to Tony's Reviews. Thanks for having me on. Lomachenko beat Devin Haney. Salute.